Okay. Well, I think we're gonna get started here. With D&D. So let me adjust some stuff.
It's been 5 years.
It's been a while, yeah. I've been sick, and Helios has been sick and stuff, and yeah, it's been a while.
$5 and I won't cough on chat.
Yeah. So, does anyone remember what happened last time?
Yeah, we're about to get fucked.
Did we start with coming back to the city?
Yeah. And there was a whole little mini section there where you guys did like a little skill challenge and with like skill check.
Yeah,
thing.
to get across the ferry.
Yep, and it worked perfectly fine. You didn't have any slowdowns or hiccups.
Lucky for us too, because if we did, there'd probably be no warehouse here.
Yeah.
We got here literally just in time.
Yeah.
To stop like a bombing operation.
Yeah. But yeah, we weaved our way through the western side of the city, got to the ferry, got across, met with the captain of the guard, and we said, they're planting bombs. And he was like, well, they're probably going to be over there then, at the warehouse, which is abutting the wall. And we beelined it over here. And then,
Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah, the Fire Nation attacked. Or was about to attack, because...
Followed promptly by the Bird Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Egra the Fae was about, I don't know what exactly she was doing, but putting bombs like under the ground, I guess, with her plant powers.
I could spoil it for you because this doesn't really matter at this point.
Because we killed her.
Because you guys kind of already found the information. It's just that it wasn't necessarily clearly put together. But the soldier who had betrayed the humans, right? The traitor, or not the humans, the elves in the city. The traitor elf lieutenant had been working with with her, as well as with like another druid or something or other in that town, to try and basically find ways to set fuses with plant material. And that was the thing that he was giving her information about. Then they got the information, and that's why she, came and set it up. And that's what she was growing, she was growing a basically fuse interlocking between all of the explosive barrels and crates.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which, by the way, most of those barrels and stuff are still there. There's quite a bit there. Like, it's hard to tell from just like what I put there, but there is the birds are starting to pick up the barrels one at a time. But like the birds, even with like the 24 or whatever 24 birds that you have, it's going to take multiple trips of all of them to get all the stuff out. Of course, it's all. That's a good question. I don't think you've specified to them where to bring them in. You just told them bring them out. And so there's like one or two that have already made it outside, and they're probably just flapping around with the barrels like, what the fuck do we do now? You're going to have to figure that out here. But yeah, so you guys arrived here. Gela, Egra, there's two Fays. And
one.
There were.
Yeah, there were two. True. So Egra was this one who is not that you guys necessarily knew this, but she is the youngest out of the sort of greater Fae that live in this part of the world, and is kind of rash, which kind of makes sense seeing the whole like let's just bomb the fucking city thing, but she was working with the elven guerrilla warriors directly, and had a few of them with her. You guys basically had no trouble dispatching them. However, she, in an act of desperation, warped through wood, because most Fae can, or not most, but like a lot of Fae can, like dryads and stuff, can like walk through trees, like go from one tree into another, pop out another. And because her powers are greater than a normal Fae, she can do that even with dead wood, no longer living wood. And so she popped out into this little office space, hoping to escape when she was weakened, and she ran into Helios. And she basically said, like, oh, you're like just who I wanted to see, basically. And at that point, she was getting surrounded, and on her turn, she basically consumed her own life force to cast the wish spell. She normally does not have spells that high level, but she literally, you know, if you're willing to sacrifice a life, like your own life, to do that, you can kind of make stuff like that happen if you know how, right? And she did that, summoning the other Fae, who is the one who had approached you guys before, the one who took your guys' rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, away from you guys. Gela, who appeared behind Helios, holding the helm of the Archdevil Zilks.
That's a problem.
Not holding it on her head, mind you. Holding it in her hand. And I think that's basically where we left off. What we're going to do, the way we're going to handle this is, she is going to, roll into initiative. We're going to keep the same initiative as we had before, just for simplicity's sake, since it's already there. She's going to roll into initiative. But because she is basically kind of ambushing you guys in the moment, or basically just being called here instantaneously, and she was prepared for this, she's going to get one free action to do as she enters the fray. Basically like a lair action or a legendary action that she had prepared. So I can delete Egra. But as Gela, literally just like blinks into existence here, Egra's now, Egra, who sacrificed her life force, is now like a husk of a body, but with a little bit of last bit of energy she has, she gives a smile. And then Gela looks at you all and says, "Now this is just the group I wanted to see here." And she reaches out and tries to grab your shoulder, Helios. And as she grabs your shoulder, that's not the hard part. She has the jump on you. You feel her trying to force her way into your mind. And I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I have no more bardic inspirations, so this is great.
Okay. Do you have any? You don't have any normal inspiration, or I guess bardic you can't use on yourself either. So
I have a regular one.
you have a regular inspiration. I mean, do you want to use it? Yeah, it's up to you.
Would it be more interesting if you used it?
Or would it be funnier to fail this?
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna, to be fair, you have a good chance of failing even if you do use it. So maybe it's good to save for us.
Exactly. I'm thinking this isn't one to use it on.
Okay. Well, this will be interesting then. Low take backsies. Because as she grabs you, she grabs Helios' shoulder. It actually doesn't seem like she's really trying to harm you at all. Like, there's no harmful magics flowing into you or anything, but you do feel her probing your mind and your soul. And she just looks at the rest of you, who are kind of like just rushing in the door and probably just like stop frozen in the sight. She calls out. Hold on, turn up the music for this. She calls out and says, "Your friend Helios here, when he wore this helm, it forged a connection between him and Zilks. And that's a connection I intend to use." And she, all of a sudden, takes her other hand and goes, and all of a sudden, you hear a, and Adau, I need you to make me a perception check, Adau.
Do I have to?
Actually, for this, I mean, okay, yeah. So, it's a little ways away from you in the chaos. It's kind of hard to see almost, Adau. But you look, you're like, okay, what? I just hear like you all hear like a, and like a phasing noise, Duncan, Adau is like, what the fuck is that? You look over your shoulder, Adau, and over here, there is, actually, let me see if I can find a good...
There's a big red dude.
Santa!
There is a body that wasn't there before. And you look at the body, and it takes you a second to recognize it because it's much more charred than what it was the last time you saw it. It is the body of the gorilla scout warrior that Helios sent to another dimension earlier this very day. And then there's a split second more, and then all of a sudden, you have to shield your eyes, Adau. Because... Hold on. All of a sudden... Oh god, I have to... All of a sudden you have to shield your eyes. Because there are flames. And the screeching of birds trying to shield themselves from their from flames. And a deep laugh. As
Tiny. Oh fuck.
Popping into
bigger.
popping into existence in the middle of the warehouse is Zilks the Archdevil. And Helios, you can't even see this because you're in a different room. And Talvo, you maybe could like kind of see the edge of it, but you all hear him, and he cries out. He lets out a cry and says, "I've been thinking about how I'll tear you limb from limb."
Well, we've been thinking of you at all, so.
And
yeah, who are you?
and now, both Gela and Zilks the Archdevil, freed from his confines, will roll into initiative. See, she didn't intend to use the helm, she just needed it for this.
So hypothetically, would an explosion do fire or force damage?
Depends, I guess, on what the details. Actually, was he 3x3 or 4x4? You guys remember?
No idea.
He was not 4x4.
Okay, I think he was 3x3. That sounds right. Yeah. Hold on. I will say, you do actually see some like scratches and stuff on Zilks from when you had fought him. So it seems like whatever pocket dimension he was in, he wasn't really able to like recover HP or rest, if that makes sense, right? He was kind of frozen. But to be fair, in that original battle with him, you guys didn't really fight him that much. You kind of just yoinked him, and then we're like, okay, we're good. And now the loose ends are catching up with you guys. Zilks is going to roll into initiative. And so is Gela. Okay. So I will put them in the right spots.
L.
Yeah, L. And you guys are, we will resume where it was, Agra's turn. She died. And now, all that happened in between those turns. And now it is... Are any of these guys alive? Oh, this dude's turn. Up here. Hold on. This guy up here, it's this dude's turn up in the top of the warehouse. He's surrounded by birds. To be fair, by the way, when Zilk shows up, again, there's like a burst of flame around him, like this big entrance, and he roars. And the birds are freaking out, but to be fair, so is this guy. He's like, what the fuck is that? He's like, what the actual fuck? He has no fucking clue what is going on now. And he's gonna take this turn to disengage and run away, as a result of that.
Fair.
Yeah, that's reasonable, I think.
Yeah, and he dives out the window. And he's the last one alive from his group. There is also this scout out here, who I think will like not even realize what's going on back inside there. Is gonna like take a pot shot at one of the birds down here.
Does it? That guy that disengaged he doesn't get attack of a top.
No, that's what disengaging does. It lets you avoid that. It's just that it takes your action, so he can't do anything else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like instead of attacking, you can disengage. Yeah. So yeah, this scout is gonna take a pot shot at one of those birds and misses. Adau, it's your turn. Zilks is back, and there's an angry Fey lady.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, hey Talvo, look, turn around, turn around real quick. Want the scallop? There's a devil. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have any. Yeah, he does, and I don't have any really like damage spells.
Yeah. To be fair, he doesn't have his big weapon because I think you guys have that, right?
Yeah, we stole it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, who is even using that? I think it's at the castle.
Yeah. We never get to like kill him until the shit again.
Yeah. Okay. He's probably. I think he's immune to poison.
I don't want to go over there. He downed me last time.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say he downed me, but he didn't down me. I downed myself. So did Helios.
Yeah.
Frick. Wouldn't this be funny? No, but Helios is right there, and Gela can just do it again. I guess I'll hit him with the guiding bolt.
Okay, on Zilks?
Be like, bam, on Zilks.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna move. In fact, I think I want to move, so we're not all near each other. So I'm gonna hop over this box.
Yep.
And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go over here.
Yep, clambering over the wood, getting out of the way a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm stupid and dumb. I want to do that, but I want to, like, go. Because I was here. I gotta get the measuring tool out. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
And I can like press shift, and then how do I do that again?
Oh, I don't remember how to do like the waypoint ones.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I want to go like here.
Okay.
I'm RPing us behind this pillar, but just so that I can get him in the Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. And that is a hit with the guiding bolt, by the way. Wait, actually, is it? Hold, let me check. 18. It's actually not. Never mind. Did I lie?
Frick.
He's got a big AC.
He wouldn't happen to be flanked or anything.
But, well, it's range.
Only.
Yeah, it only applies to melee if you're flanking, so.
Okay. Well, then, that is it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, that brings us to Bree. Bree, there was like a brief lull in the combat below. You're like above the warehouse, flying above it, you know, a few stories up and in the air. There was a brief lull in the combat. And then you heard a massive roar saying, "I will tear you limb from limb." So I don't know if Bree would figure out what that is. And what she wants to do about it.
So she has no idea that Geller is that, right?
No, I don't think so, at least.
Okay. Because if she realizes Geller is there, she'll pivot to like attacking Geller.
Okay. Yeah.
So for now, I guess she'll go down to survey. So she'll.
Okay. Yeah, this door is open. Remember that, it just doesn't show that way. So yeah, you swoop down here. The bird has more than enough movement, and this bird is acting as a mount right now, so it goes on your turn.
Is this bird doing anything? The one next to Geller?
Not yet. It hasn't had a chance to react to her being there yet.
Okay.
I think the door might have been closed. I don't remember. No, Helios kind of ran through it, barged through. But since the door's open here, you do immediately see Zilks.
Yeah.
A massive 15-foot tall archdevil sitting here. And he doesn't have his any weapons, but he's just going, "Rah!" Getting ready to like just wreak havoc, it looks like.
Dang you.
Is he immune to explosives?
Well, you know.
What a question.
No, because how strong are the explosives? Could we drop them on him?
I mean,
Theoretically, but I think it would kill everything within like a quarter mile. Because, you know, if the whole thing went off.
What if it's just one?
I mean, you know, you could always find out.
Well, the birds would do that on their turn.
Yeah, so you would give the order
Bree do
now.
right now.
Bree has no idea right now, so it's gonna hide behind here because she doesn't want like all the owls to disappear,
Okay.
And is scared that Zilks can see her if like she's stood there. So for now, that's all Bree's. Wait, do I have anything I could do? Did I already make a spirit totem? Like,
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, you used it in
I think it
the.
was in the town, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just out of idle curiosity, how much HP do those owls have?
They have 25 HP. Actually, wait, let me double check, because I don't remember if that's with the buff or not. Hold on. We'll check.
Casually added 600 HP to the battlefield with those 24 owls.
Yeah, they have 25 HP with the buff. They have 19 normally. So.
The ground that Zilks is standing on the moment, is that, would there be plants there?
Not like a ton. Maybe a few like little weeds and shit growing in some cracks.
Is there enough to make this happen, plant growth?
I would say so. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. You basically just want it to sprout up. It is. Oh god, it's 100-foot radius. Basically, you could cover the whole. So it's not gonna like go through like the wooden parts, right? Do you just want to focus it on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just fill the area with plant.
Yeah, basically do something like just have an area like this, just be full of plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like there's a few weeds that are just gonna all of a sudden go just spread out and turn into, you know, vines and these massive like thorn bushes all coming from nothing here. And they basically start holding him in place, or rather he's gonna have to push it to get out of it.
How big is the radius of it?
It's
100 feet.
up to 100 feet, yeah.
Can I make it 100 feet?
Yeah, it's just, again, it would only be on like the dirt parts of the floor in here.
Yeah. Well, maybe like just fill up all of the dirt areas of this wall. I mean,
And you
also
can,
like a bit
you
of,
can also
bit of the end.
you can exclude areas too if you want.
Yeah.
So you could like not do it to us.
Yeah. I'll do it like everywhere, and then like
That's
here as well.
Okay. Basically like, oh god, like this.
Yeah.
Is that looking good? Basically anywhere in those squares?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. And so yeah, it's basically just like a massive, like just weeds and everything start growing, and the birds are obviously above it, so they're not going to be affected. But anything that walks through this area has to spend a shit ton of movement to do so.
Yeah. No, that's all I can do, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh yeah, so that just bursts up with the plant growth here. it is now going to be Gela's turn before Helios can react to what she's just done using his mind. And she hears all this plant growth happening around this room, this small room that you guys are in. And she looks at you, Helios, and says, "What?" Like, she says, "Come on now, Helios. Why don't we go join your friends here?" And you feel her once again trying to force her way into your head. But this time, you can tell she intends to stay there.
My stupid thoughts.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, as she is going to try to use the classic Fae charm. Most higher level Fae have this ability. They can try to charm a humanoid. And yeah, unfortunately for you, you're not an elf like Adau who has resistant to it.
More like a boroid.
I got him.
That's racist, dude.
Yeah. So
This one might be worth the inspiration. I don't know. I'm thinking.
I think it might be.
What are
But
these
that's
odds?
just my
I don't
opinion,
have great
man.
odds to re-roll this. Surprisingly, I don't have a good fucking wisdom. I am not smart. I don't have any way to buff this, do I? No.
I don't think so. Let me just double check it's wisdom. Yeah, it is wisdom. Okay.
That one's. Oh, by the way, it's charisma. No. As an action. Oh, damn it. Okay, I can do something as an action, but it's not my turn, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're just gonna burn it and hope. That's about right.
Okay.
Classic.
And so as you try to resist, just her cold eyes are staring right into yours. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, you're right. How could you have been so silly to not see that she's your real ally all along?
Silly, man. These guys, they keep doing so much weird shit.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And she looks at you and she says, I'm glad you agree with me, Helios. Now, let's go outside and, your friends are... I know you love your friends just as you love me. And in your head, you're like, oh yeah, I love you all equally, man.
I love you guys.
Yeah, and she, you know, so this is kind of the line of reasoning being forced into your head. She basically says, like, I know that you love your friends here. I don't want you to harm them. No, you don't need to harm them. You don't need to harm them. But just protect me from anything they do at me. If they cast spells, why don't you counterspell them? You know, that sort of thing. You're pretty good at that
girl.
stuff. And yeah, and at this point, you basically are Helios because you're this is a powerful charm.
Wingman.
You view everyone here as a friend. You can do with that as you will. You want to harm neither her nor your friends, but you just want them to stop fighting, and you want to prevent your friends from harming her more than anything else. All right, and she says, let's go outside here. And she's actually gonna step out the door. Actually, I don't know. Is this bird? I think this bird was up in the air. Like, I don't think it was actually right at the door level. Because I think this is one.
I asked you to like block the door, like use the birds to block the door.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I don't know if she would be able to like necessarily walk outside them.
I'll open the door for you, ma'am.
Well, okay, yeah, actually, yeah. So it's about to be. She already used her action. It was
For one face, Jim.
Yeah, yeah. So she actually just motions for you. She's like, lead the way, because it's your turn now. So Helios, why don't you go ahead and go?
Okay, so I guess hold on. So which door is blocked? I guess Talvo's in here too with me. So did he just see all that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Talvo's probably like, oh, jeez.
He'd be like, don't worry, man. We're all good here. Let's see.
I imagine Helios just gives like a big smile and thumbs up to Talvo, like, yeah.
Like a regular goofy ass smile. That could mean anything. Okay, so I know what I want to do. So I'm gonna try to open this door. I don't know what that would count. Would that count as an action? Is that something funnier I want to do?
Opening the door here?
Yeah, because of the bird.
No, yeah, you could open it. It's just the bird is blocking the way, like, you know, on the other side.
Okay, so it's like rough terrain.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
Technically,
what would
it's
that
like you can't really go.
As far as that bird goes, Helios is still like.
I guess that's true. The bird doesn't realize that he's not.
This bird's pretty chill.
Yeah, so you can walk through. It's just rough terrain.
Okay, so I walk through, and then I'll come out to...
Oh yeah, and then you go right into the weeds. You're like, oh god, and you pretty much can't go any further.
Okay, so I
Walks
can
out
hop-
the door and trips.
Yeah.
I can go to, like, right here, right?
Not really, because again, this is weeds now, and it takes 4 times your normal movement to go a single
Oh,
square.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can go literally to where you are, and that's it.
Okay. Maybe... So there's not really much you can do. So, okay, so that's 1 square of bad...
Yeah, there's 1 square of doubles. That'd be
10. Did I get, like, 25?
No,
Yeah.
it's quadrupled. It's one.
yeah,
No,
but this
I'm
part
not
is
going
here.
to the weeds.
Yeah, this part is
Don't
right
go
next to the weeds,
don't
though.
Go to the weeds. It's next to it.
Yeah, so you could go, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can make it there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's like nothing. This sucks. Okay, so my funny wasn't gonna work yet. What if I go this way and be like, hey Talvo, let me at him? Or be like,
Move it. Talvo, do you yield?
yeah,
I'll let him walk past me, sure.
Okay, so you can go that way instead.
okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna walk through this way. As far as I can go. Where
Okay.
Did I just disappear?
No, you're there. I
You're
see
still
you.
there.
Oh, why am I over here? I'm like desynced across 2 different windows. Hold on.
The one now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this like a table or something?
It's like a pile of wood, like beams.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna stand on top of that.
Yep.
And in my attempt to help everybody have a good time, I'm gonna start singing a song.
Okay, so Helios just goes, hops up here, just
Back
pulls
music.
pulls out the what is it? Do you have a viol, right, or a fiddle,
Yeah.
right, and then just starts doing and doing literal battle music as Zilks looks over at you and is like, "What manner of foolery is this?"
They're like, Galen said to help everyone out, so we're having a party. They give him like a heart, like a wink.
Okay.
Keep playing.
And I will say, Bree, from where you are, you can actually barely see him around the corner. And you even hear him say, Gela said to, like, have, help everyone out.
Oh shit.
Shows that in purpose.
And, okay, so you get a good performance check. Honestly, this is a really good performance. So your allies, you guys are reinvigorated. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but, you're reinvigorated by the wonderful sounds of Helios's instrumentation. And now it's going to be Zilks' turn. Zilks actually has just been kind of like, since he was summoned, or popped back into existence here, has just been looking around. And he... Oh yeah, he takes the damage, right? Yeah. Or was it Wisdom save first? I don't remember.
Let's see. Spell description. Oh, it was a... What? This was...
Oh, his speed's also halved.
If he fails,
If he
right?
fails, which he doesn't, because
He does not, yeah.
Yeah.
But he does take slightly more damage because I cast it at 5th level when I cast it last time, and I forgot about that.
Okay.
So he will also take 4 more.
Okay. So it'd be half of 22, so 11 damage that he takes.
Yeah.
Okay, and he takes this damage and he's just looking around for a source to, for something to pummel, to put his rage into. And Adau was definitely the most obvious target. but there's this damn bird in the way here. And to be clear, this is one of the birds that has one of the explosive barrels, because I think it's this whole middle group has the barrels. This was the first set of them to grab the barrels, who are now going out. Like, they were heading out of here. And they have yet to be given a new order, and it has yet to be their turn. And so this one has a barrel.
Technically above the... Aren't those the ones that are above the place?
Did any make it outside already? I can't remember if
I
they...
thought that was... Oh, wait.
You put a few on the top of the building that were going past me and I, like, high-fived them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, which...
Yeah, they're above
Okay.
the building.
Okay.
Like 3 or 4 that are above
We should.
the
Is there a way to like? We should give them a status effect.
Yeah,
So
well,
you know
here's
that.
what I'll do, though, is
Yeah.
I'll just drag them to the side.
The status really fucking high.
That works too.
Yeah, this will be the ones that are in reserve right now. Well, they're flying up above with the
I
explosive
think there's
barrels.
that many.
Okay. Which ones were still in you?
I think there was like 3 that
Okay.
were like above that have explosives, and like there's the other ones that are trying to get explosives.
Yeah, actually that makes sense, because I think these ones were killing, like, the soldiers here. So, yeah, these ones are about to grab explosives and stuff. Okay, well, in that case, I think Zilks is going to literally just, like, you know, be pissed off enough that he's just going to... He wants to get to Adau, and he's just going to pummel his way there. So he just literally takes his fist and goes, like, tries to claw at this one. He will make an attack at it. I think he hits with a 33.
Sure. You might want to. I think you should check the stat block.
Yeah, he has 18 damage. It is alive from that. So another one, the other fist comes in, and this one actually is a punch. And when he punches, flames like explode from the end of it. A smaller amount than he would have had if he used the mace, which actually made a big explosion at the end of its hits. But the punch is a weaker... Okay, well, it hits again. The punch is a weaker version of that. But it's still just... This bird is dead. And it poofs out of existence. And then he just charges in at you, Adau. Which will provoke an attack from the one bird. Do you have access to that sheet? I can't remember. Britsha.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Here, let
How
me...
much movement does Zilks have?
Enough to make it to me.
Because it's
Oh,
halved,
yeah, that's
even if
true. Well, what's a
it's
quarter?
halved even if he succeeds.
Oh yeah, it is quartered.
Yeah, yeah.
What did,
What
did
do
he
you guys-
succeed that?
No, it doesn't matter. His speed is halved.
Yeah, the plant growth doesn't have a check, actually.
Oh.
But he,
It's halved and quadrupled.
yeah, I guess that's true. Well, okay, but the thing is, he can also just... I wasn't gonna say this before, but he can just fly. Like, he can just jump up in the air. I don't think plant growth actually stops you from doing that. Yeah, so like he can, it doesn't keep him like to the ground. It's just that if he's on the ground, he has rough terrain movement. But I guess it does force him to go up in the air to fly, in case that matters. Like, you know, in case leaves him more vulnerable in any way. But he does have to kind of like jump up in the air with like his wings, and he will just, I guess he'll just land next to Adau in that spot though, just like pounce through the air almost, with the wings doing like one big flap. And oh yeah, and so Britsha, if you want to roll the attack roll, I did give you access to the owls now, so this should be in your... It misses, yeah. It's a little put off by the fact there's just a big ass fucking devil next to it now. It's probably like, what the fuck?
And it just watched it punch his friend.
Yeah, and so it jumps through the air, and it literally, and so Zilks leaps through the air and literally grabs you, goes, and puts his giant mouth on you to bite you, Adau. And let's see if he can succeed. I don't remember if that hits with like Shield of Faith and everything. Duncan, does a 20 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Sorry.
So he actually misses with his bite, but then he swings around and his tail, his barbed tail, comes flying at you.
Or tried to bite me. Okay, that one. that one hits.
That one does hit, and it's just bludgeoning damage. It is barbed, but it's not venomous or poisonous barb, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
26 damage, still a lot of damage.
That I think so.
Yeah, and you actually do need to make a con check for your Spirit Guardians.
True, and it's a what is DC
13. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the spirit guardians go.
Yeah, they go away.
And then, as he's like literally just bashing you with his tail and shit, he looks up, he looks around, and then he looks over at the birds swarming the like explosives, and he's like, "This is not what I expected to see. That's not of your doing, is it?"
The explosives? Yeah, that's totally us. What did you expect from us? I don't know who he's talking to.
He's talking to you, yeah. And he just kind of glares, and you see cogs starting to turn in his head. Talvo, it's your turn. Gella's still sitting here, and she looks at you and shrugs in regards to Helios, but
I'll get to you in a second.
she just laughs and she's like, "Be my guest."
I turn around and I look at Helios.
I turn around and look at Talvo.
You know, he's not hostile to me, which was a fatal mistake, perhaps.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna try and panache him out of his charm and charm him.
Okay.
Like Helios.
Here's the
Dwayne.
Here's the way this is going to work. I really like this idea, and the panache is a perfect thing to do this, especially because you're right, he isn't hostile to you, and she can't really force him to be hostile to you. So you have that foot in the door, and she's like Helios, man! Like, what did you say to convince him he's being tricked or lied to?
Can you send panache so I know what I'm getting, what I'm doing, or what you're doing to me?
What would you say? What would your convincing argument be? You're like,
she stole Dwayne.
okay, that's pretty good. And the way you're gonna do this time, TSM, she's gonna counter yell out and say, "Helios, don't listen to them. They're just trying to divide us apart." And the way this is gonna work is because it's not Helios that you're gonna be rolling against; it's her. You're gonna do a contested persuasion check, and I will say that puts it in your favor because she is a charismatic fae, but most of her points are actually wisdom. Because that is her primary spellcasting ability. So, feel free to roll your persuasion. There is a chance that she succeeds. Let's see. Am I doing my math right? Yes.
This effect ends
No.
immediately if you or your companion
She-
do anything harmful to it.
She fails. She fails to ward off your words. Cut right through her magic. That's the thing, Talvo has no magical ability per se, but his words and his guile can actually act almost like magic. And so this slices right through the magic, and all of a sudden, Helios, you snap out of it. You're like, wait, she did take Dwayne from us.
Yeah, what the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, no, yeah, she could have succeeded by 1 or by 2, because a tie I probably would have ruled in her favor, because that would have been the status quo.
Yeah, but I think if I get injured, then panache breaks. Do I go back to her?
Well, it's like Talvo's gonna start trying to panache you. He's just trying to use panache to get rid of it, right? So
I basically, you were in a way. I already have charmed you.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's just basically it broke her charm. That's all. It's not like you're actually charmed by Talvo any more than that. So, all right. Well, that's good. I mean, yeah. Well,
and
so
then I'm gonna walk over here.
Okay, you probably like shake your head like you done fucked up. Yeah, and she looks a little annoyed more than scared for right now. Okay. Oh yeah, is that it?
Bonus action, sleight of hand.
Okay, sounds good. Do it up. Okay, she would have. Okay, now I gotta do math. Think what her perception bonus would be. It would be this. She still fails, even with the plus 11. Wow. Alright, yeah, so you have advantage on your next attack against her. Okay, outside, it is these scout dudes' turns. Their turn, and they are going to. They're just gonna try to deal with the fucking birds that are attacking at them. I guess they'll try to hit the one in between them first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because we're gonna need all these attacks. 3 of those hit, I believe. So they don't kill it. They don't even kill one bird. These birds are, you know, they're pretty tough. But it only has 1 HP left, so it is almost dead. That bird is. But that's their turn, and now it's the giant owl's turn. Britsha, what are your orders to them?
So if Helios didn't run out saying that Gela was here, I would have made them all attack Zilks. But now if there's like any chance that they can attack Gela, then I'd like that to happen. But then if not, then attack Zilks.
The ones that are inside probably aren't really going to be able to reach her. But what I will say is that the door is now open, and so they can attack through the door. And because the owls have the flyby ability, where they don't actually provoke attacks of opportunity if they fly, this one can attack her and then like swoop out of the way, and then another one can actually swoop over, swoop in, attack, get out of the way, and the 5 out there can all do that if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. This is awesome.
Yeah, okay. So they just start saying, like just swooping by the open door, clawing through it, and then swooping by, and she can't attack because they're too quick and nimble. So just roll up 5 attacks, and then they'll all basically swoop up and then out of the way at that point.
Should I roll like the 5 attacks then?
Mm-hmm, yeah, sure. Okay, 3 of those are hits. 3 of those are hits, so roll 3 of those hits. Okay, and you do hear her go like grunt in pain as the birds each take successive swipes, and then they kind of like, you know, using them to fly up in the air. So these are all like 30 or 40 feet up in the air now, like way out of the way of harm, besides from bows and stuff. So, and then the rest of them, what do you want the rest of them to do?
Surround Zilks.
Okay.
And then attack them. Yeah.
Actually, I guess this one here, it could definitely also make it around and swoop by, so you can do one more attack.
Oh yeah.
It goes, just swoops by. That's not a hit, unfortunately. So, then yeah, these 3 were up above carrying explosive barrels. These ones up in here, and you can kind of like peek your head around the corner and then call out orders. These ones up here, they were about to grab barrels. Should they still do that, or do you tell them to all change their course and attack him?
I don't know. What are we gonna do with the barrels?
Just get them away from the wall so that it can't be breached for the attack.
Okay, then yeah, I'll keep them. How many more owls would we need to get all the explosives out?
You got a long ways to go. At this point, you barely breached the surface of the explosives.
Yeah.
Because you've only gotten like 3 or 4 barrels out of there, and there's like dozens.
I guess we'll keep it going. Keep them trying to take those 6 continue.
Okay. And then the rest of them swarm Zilks. Like something like this, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of them will swarm Zilks. These 6 will now take their turn here to grab a barrel each, and then they will try to keep their distance from Zilks, going basically in a little like convoy over this way, carrying. They break a little further than that. Carrying these explosive barrels down here. And then the ones that are up above already, do you tell them just like kind of fly evasive maneuvers up there? Or should they like drop the barrels in the river or something?
Yeah, because that was my idea. Like, could we just drop them in the river and they're gone?
How long do we think until... Because the Dragon Elf fleet was getting magically propelled. So maybe they'll be here in like 10 minutes or so. I remember 20 minutes was the figure last time. So maybe we keep them and just drop them on the army when it lands. That sound reasonable?
I vote that.
The problem is that I can't keep these owls forever though. They're gonna disappear.
How long until they disappear?
Well, until either they're there for an hour, but also the fact that like
Or until you get hit.
like,
Yeah.
And then you might have a few barrels falling on your
Drop
head.
we drop gunpowder over a city block. Yeah, maybe not.
No, why would we just drop them in the river and let the river carry them downstream towards the boats?
True. Well, I guess they're probably not watertight, but it's better to be neutralized than not.
Yeah. See, I'll send them to a river.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, so they will start flying there. That pretty much puts these birds out of combat for several turns, because it is a ways away off screen.
How many turns does it take to get to the river?
We'll say like 3 round trip, because they are dashing and they do fly fast. We'll say it's like, yeah, if it's like 500 feet and they go like 80 feet and then dash. Well, yeah, we'll say like 3 turns. So they are off the. Let me make the. Here's what we'll do. Why did that not work? There you go. I put a little text thing. 3 turns until they're back. But those 3 are off the edge.
Alright.
Okay. I guess that's it for the. Oh, then the ones attacking Zilks, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
feel free to roll 6 attacks. They're all flanking, so.
7.
Oh yeah, there's 7. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So yeah, starting from that 5 onwards, there are going to be 2 hits and then the crit hit as well. So.
So
There's the crit.
wow.
And then the normal ones. Good stuff. Okay. So 31 damage from the birds as they all just start pecking and yeah, just swarming onto him. And that's not a bad amount of damage just for some big ass birds, you know. Okay. Is that all you do?
well, so I can get the owls through. I don't think there's any more anywhere.
Yeah, I think that was all of them have gone.
What's this one? Because I did 5 attacks with those. Oh wait, no, that was the extra one.
Yeah, that was the extra one that came around from inside.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then that's all of them.
Okay. Sounds
I guess.
good.
Well, technically, I have my owl.
Yeah, well, but it's acting as a mount right now, so it already used its movement
Yeah.
during your turn.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, unless you wanted to, like, the only other thing you can do now is, like, dodge or whatever, right? So, but yeah. Okay.
God.
The next one, that'll bring us to this dude up here. He's just gonna run. I'm just gonna delete him from combat. He is already injured. He just runs. He does not want to deal with this fight anymore.
Damn, I was gonna do a bit where it's like, because I performed and they're strangers, would they know me and not fight? But I guess if they just run, then it's fair.
Yeah. Same with this scout. She's just gonna run as well because she literally has 1 HP, so they're just gonna run off into like this out another part of the city, basically.
They see an Amogus appear in front of them.
Yep, they see it among us. That brings us to Adau. Staring face to face against Zilks.
Yeah, well, face to probably knee.
Yeah.
He's a tall boy. I'm gonna attack him, but I'm, like anime villains talk with the,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one of those where I'm like, what did the Fae offer you to, how, or I guess, I should have thought about what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna stutter in character because that's lame. But I want to know, so she has his helmet, right? He does not. So why did she not give him the helmet? Why is he free without it? I want to ask that, but in a cool way.
Okay.
While somehow also taunting him in the same words, and then I'm gonna hit him with my mace, and I'm gonna miss.
You do miss, yeah.
I'm
Even
gonna,
with flanking.
yeah, unfortunately. Well, then I guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to Shield of Fate.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically, you start just try to bash at him. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect, or he uses one of those metal bracers and just goes. And he chuckles at your question. He's like, I don't know the Fae. I don't know what their plans are. All I know is that I'm free now. I'll take
without
back
that helmet, man.
I'll take
You're not
back
gonna
the
last
helm. I'll take back the helm soon, but for now, vengeance.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Then I hit him with the Mason Mist because I was gonna drive home the point, but I messed it up, so I just look like an idiot.
Alright, yeah, fair enough. Is that it for you, Adau?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really do anything else. So.
Okay. Bree, it's your turn. You now know where Gela is. You heard her, grunts of pain.
Yeah. But am I still invisible?
No, because you cast that spell last round.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Bree was panicked.
Also, I think I don't remember if it's a concentration or something, but I've definitely been like charmed and like shit since then. So I cast on you, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Responds for a target that attacks. Okay, so it wasn't me. It was when you attacked. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So what is Bree gonna do here?
With the owls moving explosives, I wish I could cast like a more useful animal, but I don't want them to disappear and then drop loads of explosives.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is like if I, because she's currently like at the doorway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is she like visible if I'm like I'm somewhere away from her?
Yeah, you could fly up here basically.
Yeah, go like
if you just go over like here.
Hard. I want to fly away the furthest possible where I'm still in range to see her to attack.
Yeah, well, you'd be up a bit. You're like gonna be up in the air, like 40, or actually, like you could be out like 80 feet high. Because wait, how much do birds?
Okay, cool.
I think they have 80 movement, right? So like they can go diagonal, and it only counts as 1-to-1. So in other words, you could go 80 up and 80 over at the same time.
Cool. And then. Okay, I'll do Ice Storm.
Okay, Ice Storm, nice. So basically just making a cylinder. I'm assuming basically right at the edge of that building so it doesn't hit Talvo.
No, over Talvo as well. Yeah, around just Gela and avoiding Talvo. And avoiding owls.
Yeah, although I guess, like, if it's 20-foot radius, it might be a little hard to avoid. It basically be, because it's like, that's 20-foot radius is pretty big. Why is it not letting me... Bruh? Okay. Why? It won't let me select it. Sometimes it does this, I don't know why. It literally won't let me select the circle I just drew. Why? What the world?
So many shapes on here already.
Yeah.
No, that's what happens to me too when I do when I pass the funny and I make the square and then it just sometimes doesn't let you grab it again.
Yeah, that's strange. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, we'll say it would be a little bigger than that actually, but I would say the birds are just above the 40-foot height of it, so it shouldn't actually hit anything else. It should be fine to just hit her. It's basically just going to be like hail, literally going hail going so fast into the roof of this little office that it's going to go pierce through it, and some of it go through the door, like basically just go and just hitting her and just the ground in this area. shredding the kind of like plant growth that was there now.
Yeah, all the worms in the circle are dead.
Yeah. So she will make her dexterity saving throw. Let's see. She fails, so she takes the full damage. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you want to roll your damage there, Britsha, it'll be... Did you upcast it, or... Okay, there we go.
No.
Nice. Alright. So 20 damage, 13 cold, 7 bludgeoning. She doesn't seem to have any resistance to cold at the very least. As, yeah, she's just bludgeoned and shredded by the ice. And she does not seem very amused. This does make you visible, though. I will say that.
She was already visible.
Oh, yeah.
Because of plant growth. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Plus, I imagine even if she was still visible, she wouldn't care. She hates Gela that much, right? She's probably like, "Fuck you for taking the bird."
She would have been more cautious, but she did the plant growth out of panic and realized, oh wait, I'm now visible. So
yeah,
now she's just using that to her advantage, just fuck up Gela.
Okay. Do you do anything else, or is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I feel like that's what I can do.
Okay. And Gela is fucking pissed about this, by the way. She is... Why won't you let me fucking select this thing? Oh. I didn't mean to move the stuff. Yeah, so Gela is pissed. And she is going to simply walk outside, which provokes an attack from Talvo. She just doesn't even care. She'll take the hit. It would only be 18, but that's still enough to hit.
Even with the,
Oh, no, you're right. You do have an advantage. Yeah, either way, it's a hit. Okay, and you do get sneak attack, yeah. Since it's one-on-one. And, yeah, that's absolutely just, like, a nasty hit. She just basically, like, looks at you, Talvo, and now she says, like, I'll deal with you later. And she steps outside and looks up at where Bree is sitting, 80 feet up in the air. And she looks up and says, you really think that you can match me when it comes to magics of nature? Does Bree shout anything back, or? Do you purposely do it quietly so that she can't hear it, or would Bree want her to hear it?
That's just her gut reaction. She doesn't really like think, so she just sort of just says that.
Okay. She looks at you and she just says, and she just shakes her head and says, if only you had come to me or my sisters for mentorship instead of consorting with these glorified bandits. And she just takes her hand. She just takes her hand and just goes, and all of a sudden, flames start to come out of her hands. Because, well, flames are a part of nature as well. And all of a sudden, you see her forming these fireballs. She's casting the spell Firestorm. 7th level spell, where you basically get to spread, like you basically connect.
Yeah, because I also have that spell.
Yeah. You basically, yeah, so I'll post it in chat. But basically, it's like 10-foot cubes of fire. And she's just going and bringing, like, sending out a sheet of fire. A massive, like, wave of fire. And it basically is 10-foot cubes that are stacked next to each other, on top of each other. Basically, you're the focal point of it, Britsha. You and your bird you're on. And then it's going to go, you're like 40 feet above the rest of your birds. But that's still close enough where she can actually get, like, spread it down and go, like, you know, basically on you and then below, that's 5. and then over 1 to hit this one, and then she has, at that point, 4 more. She can hit every single one of the birds that are with you, as well as Bree. To be fair, this is only like a fourth of the birds that you have, but the main thing is that it's hitting you. So, yeah, as she just brings down this storm of fire that just erupts on you. So, it's gonna hit you. Let's just focus on you first, Bree, because it may not matter the rest of them. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Oh no! Do you have inspiration, Britsha?
I do have inspiration.
Do you think you want to use it?
I think I should, since that's a nat 1.
Well, it's like
Funny,
you
it's
get
like-
extra damage from the nat 1.
Yeah, that's true.
You failing is like,
To be fair, you could save it for like the Constitution save for the spell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna save it for that.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was just thinking because like you're going to take damage one way or another, so I guess it could be fair to save it for that roll. Okay, so you basically just like I mean, to be fair, it makes sense you have a low roll because you're kind of relying on the bird that you're on top of. You can't really like move out of the way much. The bird also has to make a saving throw. Do you want to roll for it? Roll that for it. Just do 1 for now, because again, it might not matter for the rest of them. It actually succeeds, so I think it takes half. Yeah. So this is cast at base level, so 7th level. Let's roll the damage for the bird first. So this is for, or I guess is it the same damage for everything? I guess it would be. Yeah, it would just be the same damage for everything. So here's the damage. Okay. So
The bird is alive.
the bird is alive, but Britsha, you take the full 38 damage. And now you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
We still have and you said we still have the temp HP from the totem we had earlier.
Yeah, you do, yeah. But you still, well, it's going to burn through all that, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. How much would have been, how much do you have? Like 17 from that now or whatever? Can't remember.
I had 14 there.
14, okay. So then you take 14 off of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, unfortunately, you still got to make your Constitution saving throw to see if the birds will even stay here. And the DC is 19. It's enough. You just have to match it for a DC. So that is incredible.
Let's go.
As you are just engulfed in flames, Bree's like like holding on to the bird. The bird is screeching and flapping around, but miraculously the bird survives, because that would have been a whole other thing if the bird had failed and you would have plummeted down 80 feet.
All of that.
Yeah. But the bird hangs in there for dear life, and you're hanging onto the bird and just keeping your mental concentration strong. And you do it. You don't break your concentration. So the birds remain. Although now we gotta actually worry about the other 5 that are all getting hit with their own blasts. This one is just dead because it only had 1 HP actually from the attacks earlier. So one of the birds will die, but then I need you to roll for the other 4. So just roll 4 dex saving throws for them.
Okay.
Oof, oof, oof. That one's a success. So 3 of the birds are actually going to go. 3 of the birds below you. Only 1 of them is left, and it is also very hurt. But the most important one, the one that you're on top of, made it. I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. So yeah, you're still there. And Gela sees this and she just kind of like shakes her head in annoyance. You can tell she's annoyed. She thought that would take you down out of the air. She thought for sure that would do it. Okay, well that's her turn. Helios, it's your turn now. You've snapped out of it from when you were playing your instrument last turn, and now you realize, oh shit, Zilx is right there.
I perform again. No. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like assess the situation. I can't really see what's going on out there, but I'm pretty sure I just saw a giant fireball. So I'm gonna look this way. So the other problem.
Yeah, you all heard and or saw the giant fireball.
Okay. So I don't think I have something I can use. I'm not gonna use it yet because he's still entangled in all this shit. So I'm thinking we just do the classic bite and blast from a distance.
Okay, it's cool. And yeah, sounds good. That's a simple one, but hey, it works. Intelligence saving throw. Let's see if he can succeed.
Was he enthralled with my music?
Oh, he succeeds barely. So he just takes the half damage. So still 11 is not nothing, you know. He takes 11 damage. Oh, also, you know what I just realized though? Sorry. I should have realized this before.
Yo, what bros? Yeah.
Okay, you're out. Oh, no, you're not outside of range of him. He actually has an aura effect that is at the start of your turn.
Oh.
So I need you... It actually wouldn't have affected your spell, so that's fine. But I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw now before I forget.
Yeah,
technically, Duncan should have done it last turn, but that's fine. Yeah, you are frightened of him.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which means, frightened, to be clear, frightened means that you have disadvantage on attacks against him, but that's why it didn't matter, though, because you didn't do an attack, you did a spell with a saving throw. So you're fine with what you did. You basically just like a fearful bite and blast, and then, and the other thing with fear is that if you want to move, you can only move away from him. You can't move towards him.
Good.
But other than that...
the idea that I was up there, I snapped out of it. I'm like, Talvo, like, hey, thanks, Talvo.
Yeah.
I realized.
Yeah. So, I didn't know.
Is there anything funny because I was connected to him?
Well, actually, it's when you bite and blast him, it's almost like you can tell that he recognizes the psychic energy that you literally just sent through him, and he looks over and he says, You were the one who kept me in prison there.
It was a team effort, I will say.
He's like, oh, I know all about your friend, the one who put on my helm. But you're the one who bound to it. You're the one. I have different...
To be fair, I tried to release you, they stopped me.
I have different deaths planned for each of you. But yours will be particularly excruciating.
Man, we were on the same side for like a day.
Well, then you were Well, if you're trying to pose as one of my underlings, then you were an incompetent one.
Thank you.
Alright, and then, so yeah, do you want to move away? This whole time you're like, thank you, like cowering in fear.
I mean...
You don't have to move away, you just have to, you can just stay where you are, but you can't move towards it.
I'll move right here.
Okay?
Take a step back in fear.
Sounds good. And that is going to bring us to his turn. As he looks around and sees the birds carrying out like a line of these like barrels. And he looks down at you, Adau, and he says, this will probably hurt you more than it'll hurt me. And he looks over to where the majority of the explosives are still. And he doesn't even like turn to look at it, he just looks at Adau and Helios with a smile, points a finger, and a fireball goes shoots out from his finger like a missile into the pile of explosives. And and it sets the whole thing up, and there's just a ear-splitting boom as everything is gonna get flung back here, everything inside the warehouse, including Helios, is going to get sent 10 feet away, as there is really, it's really, at this point, the flames themselves aren't actually going to hit you guys. What it is shrapnel, chunks of stone and wood, wooden parts of these beams and everything. The roof is going to start collapsing and getting shredded. And it is just going to just fucking, the force of the blast is going to push you guys away. And it is just going to be bludgeoning damage. It's just going to be pure bludgeoning damage. No fire damage, which does mean that he's going to be affected by it. But yeah. And to Bree, you have the best view of everyone. Because you are outside, 80 feet up in the air. You just got done going through your own explosion. And all of a sudden, a much bigger one. Boom! Like you feel it. It shakes your bones with the shockwave. And as you see, Bree, it's kind of hard for them to see because they're kind of having the warehouse start collapsing in on them and getting blown into them. But you see a massive portion of the wall just explodes upwards and outwards, mainly back into the city, like massive, 10-foot wide chunks of rock just getting flung far into the city. It's like, if you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, it's like in Helm's Deep when they blow up the wall and just chunks of it start, flying back. And there is a gap in the wall now, Bree. A 15-foot gap in the wall there. But more pressing to your allies, the fact that the warehouse, the whole back half of it has collapsed. Now we get to the damage. I'm going to need for Adau and, well, we'll get to the birds in a second, because I don't know how much it's going to matter. Let me actually go look at a spell. I'm going to base this off of the Thunderwave spell, because that's basically what it is. It's just a very big Thunderwave.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be a Constitution save.
I'm bad at those.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, technically, it might be. I guess maybe it should technically be thunder damage, because that's literally what thunder damage is. It's literally like, a boom wave. We'll say
if you're thinking of shockwave, I think thunder.
Yeah, but there's also the shrapnel, so it would be like a mix. But I don't think anyone here has resistance to any of that, so it shouldn't matter either way. It's just a lot of damage. But yeah, so I need a Constitution save from you, Adau. And also from Zilkson. This is not a spell or anything, so he doesn't have advantage. He does have a high con, though. Yeah, he gets a 33.
Of course he does.
And I'm even going to say that Talvo, I want one from you, but because you have a whole wall in the way, you're only going to be taking half already, if that makes sense, right? Like you're kind of getting a smaller blast. And Gala, too. I'll make her roll, too. I think that's fair. You guys are getting the second, a secondary blast. Okay. Oh yeah, and Helios. Sorry, you have the full blast, Helios. Sorry. Yeah, if anything, Helios, you might be in one of the worst spots because this whole room up here kind of got blown in your direction. Like you're getting bashed by wooden wall fragments and yeah.
Talvo or TSM, you rolled just flat Constitution. Instead of save.
Oh.
Either way, it should be. It's probably the same thing, right? So.
Rogue isn't proficient, are they? So yeah.
So here's the funny thing. I'm actually going to say that the DC, because it's not like a spell DC or anything. I'm going to say I was thinking it's only 15. So you actually all succeed except for Gela. But so she just wasn't expecting it, I guess. Yeah. So. Gela's going to take half because she's further away, though. She gets a weaker blast. Talvo, you're going to take a quarter. And everyone else takes half as well. So, the damage. Okay, now I got to figure out what the damage would actually be.
Many.
I cast Collapsed Building.
Yeah, it's going to be... It's actually not going to be it's going to be a lot. It's going to be 10d8. 10d8, half of which is bludgeoning, half of which is thunder, but not that it shouldn't matter here. So, Oh, sorry, I have to type roll, not just the number. Okay, and it is a lot of damage, but again, everyone is taking half except Talvo, who takes a quarter. So Talvo, it hurts all of you, but you all will take half of that. The unfortunate thing, the birds have 25 HP. And so even if they succeed and get it halved, the birds are all dead, all the ones in there. So immediately the ones around you and Zilk's Adau just immediately just start phasing out of existence. And so do these ones on the left side that were also carrying barrels of explosives.
Which just destroy all of this.
So there's a secondary blast. I will say, since they were each only carrying like an individual barrel, it's not going to be enough to like hurt you guys anymore. But it does basically completely destroy more of the foundations of the warehouse, and the whole warehouse might collapse now. So it's just like choo 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 choo.
Before they die, could I have instructed them to hurl the explosives at Zilks?
Unfortunately, there's not really time to react. It's like, especially because you can't even see what's going on in there from there.
Is that technically 26 or
Plus, if you did that, it would probably just hit Adau and hurt Adau anyways, too, so...
26, I think it always truncates.
It always goes down for damage, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be funny if it went up.
Yeah. So, yeah, Zilks did take a big hit there, too, though, to be clear. But Adau and Helios, you all go boom, blasted away. And probably, realistically, what happens is that... let me make sure to put the damage on Gela as well. Realistically, there's probably like a few, like 10 seconds where where the combat pauses. Because you're all just trying to like pick yourself up out of the rubble. And yeah, again, it's like, I'm going to draw... again, this whole, like, where is it? Oh, here we go. This whole, like, half of the warehouse is just completely caved in. It is no longer, it's like, and the part that you guys are in, you're under, the half of the roof remaining, but you hear it creaking like it's going to collapse any second. So that was Zilks' turn. And as he's staggering to his feet as well, he looks at you, Adau, and he says, well, that hurt us both, but only one of us is about to die.
Oh, you're such a bitch. Why would you do that?
Yeah. And Talvo, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna walk away from the explosion.
Yeah. Generally a smart thing to do.
Hides the Caribbean beam down the staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stab Gela again. Yeah.
Okay. You just come out. Mm-hmm. Your ears are all ringing. All your characters' ears are probably ringing, by the way. They're just like, oh god, from the blast. Mm-hmm. Absolutely a hit.
Was she knocked prone? Were we all knocked prone?
No, you were knocked prone, yeah. Not quite. Especially since you all succeeded. She did, but you guys weren't at risk of getting knocked over since it was a weakened blast. But if anyone's inside,
25 damage would knock me over. But
oh, she could take a lot. But yeah, that's a good chunk of damage, though. 37 damage.
Know how to respond to damage because he never gets hit.
Yeah, that is absolutely a good chunk of damage. You just stab her, and she's actually looking pretty weakened. She is visibly wounded.
And then this. Oh, okay. Well, she probably sees that coming.
Yeah, she does. I don't even need to roll. So, yeah, she is definitely. She is bleeding now. She is like holding her like rib cage. Like she is very hurt. But so are a few of you guys as well. Okay. At this point, Gela. So at this point, it will be these guys' turn. Gela will actually yell at them and tell them She yells at him and says, "Shoot at her!" and points at Bree. But their eardrums are literally ruptured, or at least damaged. Because unlike you guys, they don't have any, like, they're not like heroes or villains or anything. They were literally like, they weren't even hurt by the blast directly, but their hearing is gone for now, at least. And they're like, ah, like just like freak out, like, what the fuck? They are gonna shoot, but I'm gonna actually we're gonna see if they are smart enough to see Bree or not. And if not, they're gonna shoot at Talvo, since you're closer. Or maybe just one of the other birds, let's see. So let's do a perception check. Okay, one of them is the one that's back here, he's a little further back, has a little better vision. He is gonna kind of figure things out on his own and be smart enough to realize, oh hey, I should shoot that one, the one that is up there. And they are gonna be a little bit cruel. I mean, to be fair, these are somewhat elite guerrilla scouts. And they know that if you're fighting against a mounted opponent, just go for the mount. He's gonna shoot at the owl that you're riding on, Bree. I see Britsha's face. I don't know. So it goes. Oh, it's a crit too. And Bree, you look on with horror as the bird that you're riding on top of, an arrow just goes right through its skull. Like, just pierces its skull. And to be fair, it doesn't really feel pain. It's like a fey spirit inhabiting an animal form. It just disappears. Yeah, and it disappears. And so Bree, you're like, oh shit. It's like Wile E. Coyote for a second. Bree's like, oh! And then Bree, you're gonna go and crash instantly 80 feet, which is how high the bird up. You know, you wanted to go as high as possible with the bird.
Is there enough time for that other owl to react?
I mean, well, but it's not their turn. I guess they go next. I will tell. Here's what I'll give you. It can make a check. It can make a dexterity check, but it's going to be a high DC, 18 DC. This one can try to swoop in. What the fuck? How are you getting this rolls tonight? Okay, that is. I'll let it happen. Because I think it's fair. I will say this will probably take its turn. Like, it's basically doing its turn ahead of time. You basically call out as your Bree's like fall. It was like, oh shit! And Bree calls out like, catch me! And the one down there is, it was a good bit below you. It just got singed by the fucking firestorm. But it looks up and it goes, and it just swoops down right under Bree, like catches you when you're right about to hit the ground, just barely. And you will actually live. Well, I mean, you would have lived either way. It just would have hurt. Here, wait, no one. Sorry, I'm just trying to put it in the back. There we go. And it catches you, goes, whoo, and then it even kind of like hits the ground a little bit, but not hard enough to hurt. And yeah, it catches you. That is crazy. It just imagine. You've had two things now where you barely hit the number. Yeah. That's so lucky. Yeah. So that guy did that, and then he, I will say, this guy's going to be a dick and see this happen, and he was actually starting to aim at, like, the other bird over here, which is, like, 40 feet up as well. But then he sees, like, the other one swoop in, and he's like, oh, shit, and he's like, I gotta take care of business, and he shoots at it again, at this one now. He shoots at this one now.
It's just business.
Yeah, it's just business. There's a hit. And that one only had 6 HP, so that one also dies now. But this one was at ground level, like because it caught you right above the ground. So you just go oof, like on like a 5-foot drop, so you don't take any damage. But poor bird gave its life and then immediately got shot. And then he has one last shot that he'll take at Bree directly this time. Oh, that's a hit, I believe. So 5 damage to Bree, not a lot of damage, but you do have to make a. Oh, that's Adau.
That was me.
Oh god. You have to make a con saving throw, Britsha. Maybe Adau's cursed it though. Oh no, okay, never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, I took away the
yeah.
luck.
I think this guy, I'm gonna say since he failed his perception check, I'm gonna say he is so like turned around from this blast that he doesn't even do anything. He's just gonna waste his turn. So okay. Well, most of the birds are dead now. Not even from like breaking concentration for once. It's literally this time just because they all got blasted.
Which is good because otherwise, somewhere some gunpowder would just fall from the sky.
Yeah, these ones are still over. These ones are still over the harbor district, which the harbor district is really busy with people trying to basically hop onto boats to get out of here. It would have like taken out some like refugees that are just chilling on the.
It's gunpowder, not a video game.
Yeah, no, it's like the blast themselves.
Lanterns, candles, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I guess why would they be lit now? Because
yeah. But yeah, so those ones are still carrying their barrels. You have one bird left though, Bree. What do you want it to do this turn?
Flank with Talvo.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, sounds good. It swoops down, and you can even do an attack for it this turn if you want.
Oh yeah.
At Gala. With flanking. That is a hit with flanking. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Gala, like I said, is already visibly wounded, but it did take quite a few hits to get her there. Alright, and the other owls, like I said, are busy. Adau, it's your turn. You stumble away from the explosion. You aren't prone or anything, though. Just hurt and ears ringing.
yeah. Okay.
Does he have to do the aura check, or is it just the one time?
I already did that.
Yeah, I believe if you succeed, you're immune to it. Yeah. So.
Okay.
At least for a while. So yeah.
Yeah, it's for like a minute if there's something, but yeah, that's what my Constitution save was for. Was for my armor. What was it called?
Okay.
Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
So that's gone. You know, we really should have killed Zilks the first time. But you know what would be funnier than killing him now?
Putting him back in the pocket.
If I put it back.
Oh, no.
However,
Put that
I
thing back where it came from.
think he has advantage against saves.
Yeah.
And it's a charisma save, which he is good at. So I think rather than doing that, I just want to beat the fuck out of him. So I'm gonna hit him with I'm gonna try to hit him with my mace.
Okay. Absolutely.
Finally,
Yeah. Nice.
I succeeded check. Only for 11 damage though.
Okay. 11 damage still though. You go boom. Just start. Yeah. You just start bashing at him. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Alright, and then I guess because that wasn't a spell, there are bonus action spells that are enchantment. Like, oh, he's not a person. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. What is he though? Let's see.
He's a fiend.
Well, yeah, true. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I even asked that question.
Yeah, you
Let me read this. If it can't be charmed. Do I know if he's like theoretically able to be charmed?
You would know that in general, most fiends aren't necessarily inherently immune to charms. They're
Okay.
not, you know. The only types of creatures that are normally immune to some of that are going to be like Fae, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Where is it? No, I think it's embodiment of the law. Yeah, that's it. Provided. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to compel him, and that is an action, but if I use my Order Cleric feature embodiment of the law, it becomes a bonus action.
Okay.
So I will cast this on him, on Zilks.
Okay. To be fair, I don't think. Here's the funny thing, though. I don't think you can actually use the compulsion effect this turn because it takes a bonus action too.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you can cast the spell.
Well, there's no sense in doing it then.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just gonna have to wait till next turn to use it anyway. So.
Yeah. You can hear them bebop them. Yeah, alright, well never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I guess I'll Shield of Faith myself again.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm. And he actually laughs at you. He's like, "Your pitiful protection spells, they mean nothing to me."
Okay, prove it then.
Okay. That's fair.
Are you sure
Got
you
him.
want him to do that?
If he doesn't kill,
He might just do it 4 times in a row at you.
yeah, if he doesn't kill me outright, which he very well could, then I have the shield's crazy healing stuff that I can do.
That's true.
But that's my turn for now.
Alright.
Well, that's my turn, not for now.
Alright. Bree, it's your turn. You're now on the ground level. You were dropped onto like these planks of wood at the last second by that bird that died. But, 2 birds later, you're on the ground safely.
2 birds, 1 breed.
Yeah. Is it an action to use an item?
Depends what the item is.
Oh,
We have the elephant statue.
I believe that one is. Let's see, let me look at... let me look it up. It's a figurine of wondrous power. If you use... Yeah, it's an action. If you use an action and basically speak its command word, which is just some word, then you can throw it to the ground within 60 feet of you, and it becomes that creature.
Yeah. I'm like an elephant.
Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, you are going to just go fling this marble elephant statuette. And absolutely, it will work as an elephant. Hold on. Just appears
And
like...
And I control it, right? It's
Yeah, it's... You give it commands. I think it rolls its own initiative. Let me look.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't take any concentration, does it?
No, because it's not a spell. It's just an item, right? And yeah, the elephant goes "Roar," like it's gonna take your commands. If it dies, it just reverts to a. If it dies, or at the end of oh god, 24 hours. It actually stays for a whole day.
holy
Shit.
Party elephant.
Yeah. So the elephant will be around for a whole day unless it dies, and then it reverts to a statue. So here we go. Here, I'll give you access to it too, so you can just use it directly.
That's actually such a great roll.
Yeah.
You threaded the needle on that, actually.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. All right. So there you go. So it's gonna go right after you.
Has Gail ever seen an elephant before? What's her reaction?
I mean,
She actually probably has, or if she hasn't seen them, she knows what they are because her Fae kind were they have kin from across the the other side of the world, and some of them are old enough that they had walked that part of the world before the barrier, right? Before the barrier started being a thing. So she probably knows what it is at least, but she has never seen one, probably. And so her face lights up in kind of like a little bit of awe. Even in this moment, you look at, she's impressed by the animal standing before her. Which, yeah, to be fair, it's like, it's a fucking elephant.
yeah, they do inspire awe.
Yeah. So, what do you tell it to do, Britsha? You tell it to just trample and gore her?
Yeah, destroy her, and then once it's done, go to Zilks.
Okay.
Once it's done.
Rip and tear.
Yeah. And these scouts, by the way, are like, oh god, what the fuck? They've never seen an animal this big. Like, the biggest animal that exists in this half of the world is probably like a moose, which are big, but like not that big. So they're probably like, oh fuck. Yeah.
It's a gray dragon!
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. Well, you can roll for it if you want. It only gets one. It gets either a gore or a stomp. Stomp does more damage in general, but...
I have it.
Yeah, I put it in your journal now. I don't know where it is in there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to roll either a gore or a stomp. Or I guess, you know what you could do? Because it does have, you see that one special ability it has? Trampling charge. You could have, I guess, thrown this like 30 feet or 20 feet away from her, and then told it to charge in.
True.
And then basically, if it, then it uses the gore attack, which is less damage, but then it gets to use another attack if it knocks her prone.
But what if it did that charging attack? Wouldn't it like hit, like trample Talvo and the owl?
No, it's just no. It basically just like start here. Oh, but I guess the rough terrain though. I didn't think about that. Actually, I don't know if it can because of the rough terrain, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does
because
the vines survive the explosion?
Most of them. Some of them are buried now, but like, yeah, that's something I gotta think about. Is like the fact that there is yeah, the vines. I mean, that the elephant can actually only go like 10 feet a turn. It's like.
Which is rated size every step.
Oh, by the way, I'll update the bird counter 2 turns till they return. Oh yeah, so yeah, just do
update the bird
stomp.
counter is a phrase.
Can I do a stomp? It says 1 prone creature.
No, yeah, so that's for that specific ability. Otherwise, under normal actions, it always has normal gore and normal stomp. Yeah. Oh, you're right though, because the target. Oh, I didn't even see that. The target is 1 prone creature. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're right. So it has to be a gore. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. Oh, that's unfortunate. It is a miss. The elephant does actually miss as it tries to go, just like, use its tusks. And they both go on like either side of her and just kind of dodges right out of the way. Barely misses. Okay. It's her turn now. She's got to deal with some shit, but why don't we take a quick little break here? I think this is a good little break time, because this is going to be probably most of the session. Is this combat? Obviously, it's a complex one. So we'll take a little break here, then be back and see can the group defeat not just 1 boss enemy, but 2 pretty much. All right, be right back. Well, I think we're about ready. We're back.
Indeed.
Indubitably. That's a word that sounds fake when you like think
It does,
about
yeah.
it, right? But yeah.
Memony.
Well, it's Gella's turn, and I didn't think at all about what she was going to do, even though I had that long break. I gotta figure out what she's gonna do.
Get pummeled by animals, which is ironic.
Various birds.
I'm not an animal.
And-
you ass.
and-
Yes, famous bird, the elephant.
Well,
I think she's just going to.
so a bird, an elephant, and Talvo walk into a barn.
Let me think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's going to just look at you, Talvo. And she just says... I don't know what she would say, actually. She'll say... You think you can really stand in my way?
This can.
Doesn't stand
And
up
she just
so well.
she just takes her hand and goes, "Hah!" and starts pulling life force from you. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Get bad touched, moron.
Yeah, well, this one isn't the bad touch. This is blight, which is basically just a wave of necrotic energy that she shoots out on you, starts sucking your life force away, and that is a fail. So you're gonna take. And actually, look, she would have upcasted by 1 level. You're gonna take 43 necrotic damage. That is a good chunk. To be fair, that's about as much as you do to her without any magic, just your sword.
I'll take 21.
Well, okay, well, hold on, wait. Well, technically, this isn't an attack. It's, yeah. You can't actually do that for this, unfortunately.
Fuck.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be like a spell attack, not just a spell with a saving throw, right? Yeah, that's the one big limitation of that ability. It's a really good one, but it can only be used for attacks that you can see, not other things. So yeah, okay. Either way, yeah. So you basically just sucks the life force out of you, and unfortunately, you aren't able to do anything except just plot your revenge. I mean, you're still doing fine. Helios, you were thrown against the fucking wall in there, blasted and battered, and you hear the creaking of the roof above you. What do you want to do?
Did an object interaction count as an action or a bonus action?
Normally, you get. The way I do it is that you get 1 free object interaction as like part of your movement, but but that doesn't include like using an object like a potion. That is different.
That's fair. Okay, so
When I say an object interaction, what I mean by that is like opening a door. You can do that once per turn for free. Pulling out a weapon, pulling out an item to use on another turn, right? You know.
picking something up that somebody may or may not be holding.
That would work, yeah.
Okay, cool. So here's the plan. Let's see here.
Fucking neon.
Let me read some. Okay, so I'm gonna go invisible.
Okay.
I'm gonna use invisibility on myself, and I'm going to sneak behind here and grab the helmet.
Well, since she's holding it, you would need to wrestle it away from her.
She's gonna hold it with 1 arm. She was just
attacking
Suck me.
and shit.
I'll allow it, but you're gonna have to do a check, a contested check.
Okay, do I get any kind of advantage because I'm invisible or no?
Sure, you have advantage. You have advantage on a athletics check.
Oh boy.
That's the one that.
You actually succeed. So you're able. So you go invisible. You just go like, and just go, yeah, and yank it out of her hand. She was holding on to it with one hand because she needs another hand to cast magic. And you go. She looks back, and she can't see you, but she sees the helm just floating there, and you're like, ah.
Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. Does that include if I grab something, does it become invisible?
The way I've always thought is that if it's not on you when you cast it. But I will say if you put the helmet on, then it'll become invisible. That's fine.
That's the plan. If I can do that in one turn, grab it and like...
Yeah, you have to wait till next turn for that.
Okay.
Because you already used your action to grab it. Which is already pushing it.
I would use rest your movement to get away from her.
Yeah, it's okay, so I use 20, 10.
Right.
Then I like hide. Or like start running.
Alright. She is a little pissed off with that, yeah. Alright. Meanwhile, however, Adau, you guys have just left Adau to deal with this whole fucking archdevil.
I'm not dead yet.
And
I will be after this turn.
actually, here's the funny thing. Well, that's the funny thing. He was probably just going to focus you and try to murder you quickly to deal with the others after. But then he senses something. He senses that the person with the strongest connection to the helm just picked it up. And that worries him. And so he looks at you, Adau, and he literally just says, I'll deal with you later. And he jumps up out of the grass or whatever, the weeds, and flies very low, because there's not much room, over to here. And he's then gonna, like, in midair turn and literally go, like, Spartan kick you away. Basically to try, he's gonna do a shove attack on you, Duncan, to prevent you from getting an opportunity attack. He's using one of his attacks to push you away, which won't do any damage if he succeeds. It'll just, it'll just knock you back. So it's a contested, you can use either athletics or acrobatics. He can only use athletics. Oh my god, he rolled so shit. Bruh! You rolled shit too! But you still... Okay, well, so he literally tries to, like... he tries to kick you away. You just, like, hold up the shield, which is a nice shield, and you go, BAM! And he actually is surprised. And then he kind of looks at the shield again, and you start to realize that he just realized what that shield is.
You don't get to disrespect me like that, right?
He's like, he's like, after I deal with your friend, then I'll take that shield for myself. It'll be a good mantelpiece. And then he's gonna keep flying, which will provoke an attack. So basically, he failed to prevent your provoking.
Can you fit in that door?
I'll be like,
he doesn't
okay,
need...
big man. And I'm gonna bam. Only, oh wow, now I roll well.
That's good damage. That's good damage, yeah. A good chunk of damage to him, and he's actually visibly wounded from that, I will let you know. Here's the thing, Helios, he doesn't need to fit through the door. He's just going to do this and do a tail swipe, literally takes his tail and whoosh, crashes open.
Yeah, not even worth shooting that.
Crashes open the door. That doesn't hit you, that's for the wall. He just clears out this whole section of wall. And then he looks at you, Helios, and he says, I'll be taking that.
Wait, does he have true sight?
Does he have true sight?
Oh, well, you haven't put it on yet. Remember the... Actually, he actually does have true sight, too.
He might just hit the helmet, not...
No, he actually does have true sight, too. Sorry. He is a greater devil, yeah, so... Yeah, he's got true sight. He doesn't even register that you're invisible. He's like, yeah, whatever, you're just normal to him. And he just comes in here. Yeah, he just comes in here. He replaced his punch with the kick for Duncan. He used his tail. What does that leave? Claw and bite. Claw attack first. Does that hit? That's actually a bad roll.
I'll shield.
Okay, you shield. He just goes for the bite anyways. You shield, you block the claw. That just pisses him off more. And then he goes for the... Dude, what is this? He's a plus... He is a plus 14!
Everyone else getting good at fucking rolls, man.
He has a plus 14, yet you shield Helios, quickly thinking goes, zoom, zoom. That does break your invisibility anyways, but to be fair, he can see through it, so it doesn't really...
Yeah.
And now you gotta deal with him instead of Gela. Yeah, this pisses him off a lot. But you lived to sail the Talvo at least for a little longer. Talvo, it's your turn. And actually, this is a good spot. So let's start at the top of initiative. Let me describe what's going on in the city around you. As the effects of the blast of the wall having a gap in it are now being felt, you know, there's screams from people all around, and there's still some of the chunks of rock literally are just now hitting inside the city, and you hear screams from inside the city as no one knows what the fuck is going on, but people are realizing shit is fucked. And
Bird counter also, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, that's on their turn.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we will stab Yellow.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you're flanking. You got allies, so you get Seek Attack. That's a hit. Okay, a good 34 damage. She is alive still, but every hit you can tell like is just taking the life out of her more and more.
And then...
Okay. Sounds good. Is that it? I'm assuming? Okay. These guys here are like they are again like seasoned, you know, guerrilla warriors. They're not just gonna immediately turn tail and run, especially because they're actually doing okay on HP. But they are gonna panic a little bit about seeing a fucking elephant and they don't even know what it is. And they're just going to start taking shots at it. So all 6 of their attacks are going at it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What's the elephant's AC, Britsha? I don't remember.
12.
Oh, okay. So they all hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the elephant does start roaring in pain as they do, unfortunately, get a good 56 damage. Oh god, the elephant's almost dead already. Just these 2 scouts are just like, and it's a big target to be fair. But it is alive at least for maybe one more turn. Yeah, it gets to go before Gela, so. Okay, that's them. They would probably back up a little bit, but they, just panic shoot at the elephant. The birds. So now it's the bird's turn. The counter goes down. They're 1 turn away from making it back, those 3. This one is still here, and it can, you know, attack Gela if you want, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to make it attack. And it is flanking, too, so...
I closed the owl page because I thought it all did.
Oh, yeah. No, nice hit, yeah. That is a hit. Okay. Gela is still alive, but you could tell she couldn't even take another hit like that. She's very close to death. Okay. That brings us to Adau.
I'm angry that Zilk won't give me the time of day when I'm clearly winning this 1v1 with no outside help. So I yell, Zilks, you waffly coward, get the fuck back here. And then I very angrily stomp 10 feet.
Okay.
What do I do when I get there? That's a good question. Perhaps I do a little bit of... I don't know, I think I'd have hit him with the mace again, honestly.
Okay. You know, if you go here, you can flake, but... Yeah, either way, it's a hit.
Well, either way, I'll stand on the box.
Yeah.
Which I guess probably isn't still there after the bomb went off.
Yeah, it's wrecked, but yeah. Okay, you sit there across from Helios and just go, and you get a good hit in.
Yep. This time, yeah, that's actually okay. 14.
Okay, not bad.
Then well, let me just post it. When you cast, okay, yeah. So I'm also gonna cast that.
Okay, so a spiritual mace, I'm assuming, will just start flying around.
I want this one to be. Hold on.
Make it a replica of his mace.
Yeah,
That was all from them.
Okay.
exactly. I'm also gonna upcast it. So
Yes.
and I get okay. It looks like it hits right. That's the that's the thing. So what do I have? I've done.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 4th level. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it hits and does not do that much damage, but hey, it does a little bit.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Hold on. So if you hover over the higher level cast, it says 0.49 times 2 d8.
Oh yeah, what the heck? 0.49. I don't know why that would be.
Let me check. Let me look at this spell.
Is there any kind of flanking stuff, or did we get that? Because he's so fucking big. Technically.
Oh, it's because it increases by 1d8 for every 2 slot levels above 2nd.
Oh.
So it's just an extra 1d8 because I cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
So yeah, so 8 force damage. That's normal. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a replica of the mace. I don't remember what it looked like, but
Yeah, I put it there. I put a little mace there.
okay, I see it. I guess that's it. He's lame enough. He doesn't even deserve a specific insult. Fuck you, Zills.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Sounds good. Bree, it is your turn.
So Gel's almost dead then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
The final blow.
Yeah, let's go.
You're gonna steal the kill.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna use Blight.
Okay, yeah.
And
She has like 10 HP.
Yeah, she just did that to Talvo, sucking the life force from him. And now you're gonna give her the good suck.
yep.
Huh?
Alright, Constitution saving throw. She does succeed, but even with half, it's probably gonna kill her. Let's see.
What was it? 8d8.
8d8. So a good chunk of damage.
I tell her that you're not gonna be able to tame many rocks in hell.
After she insulted your spellcasting ability, show her that you can do the same spell but better.
yeah, you literally say, yeah, you're not gonna be able to take my rocks away, tame them when you're in hell. I like it. And so you just go, so Bree just goes, engulfing her in this necrotic energy, and you hear her just scream as she falls to her knees, and then, like, you know, as her voice weakens mid-scream because she just gets the life sucked right out of her, until she is nothing but a husk, similar to her, you know, kin, who similarly became a husk before, and she's dead as she falls to the ground.
Hell.
Yeah.
Get our.
And she falls to the ground dead. Yeah.
Did she have anything cool on her? Any druid items?
I mean, you're gonna have to wait and see, but for right now, you got Archdevil still here.
All right.
But I rolled to loot. I rolled a 1 million to loot. What do I find right now?
But yeah, you'll have to wait and go through her body and her possessions. So, okay. What do you? Is that all for you, Bree?
Yep.
Okay. What do you tell the elephant to do? It could charge at these guerrilla warriors over here.
Well, yeah, it could charge it. Can it charge at both of them, or does it have to be one?
Well, the thing is, it can't even really reach them this turn because of the weeds.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
They could break the wall. Or it could try.
I'm not sure how many more walls on this warehouse you want to knock down.
Yeah.
I'm near a window, okay? I'll just jump out. It's fine.
Oh, we. 4 left? Hold on. Let me zoom out here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you tell the elephant to do, Britsha?
So it can't really move much, can it? It can only move like.
It can only go. So it normally has 40 feet of movement, and it gets divided by 4. It can move 10 feet.
There's no way it can. There's not much you can do. It can't like.
Well, it can also dash.
Okay.
So it could go
around the corner, out away from them.
Yeah, it could go 20 feet basically, instead of 10. So it could go like 5, 10, 15, 20. That's as far as it can make it, really.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you basically tell it to go hide in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's already in like the open doorway of the warehouse. Okay. It'll spend its turn doing that. Gela would have gone next. She's dead. Helios, what are you gonna do? You have a big ass archdevil looking right at you.
I'm gonna put his hat on.
Okay, you put the hat on.
Now what? I don't fucking know. I didn't plan this far. But I have his hat.
Are you attuned to it?
How did that work last time when we were able to do it mid-fight?
That was because he was attuned to it.
Huh.
And you basically hijacked the connection.
Do I get anything because I was previously attuned to it? And I didn't know because when they knocked it off, I wasn't like...
You had to break the attunement, unfortunately. So, the short answer is not really.
So I did all this for nothing.
Kind of. Well, here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. You put on the helmet, you can read his mind, because your minds are linked. And he snarls, and you hear in his head, kill, 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 as he's looking at you. You can tell him. So hey, you get some intel. You know what his intention is now.
Hey, if I
That's a good point. Good point.
yeah, there we go. Great. Can I bind blast through this for extra damage if I hit his brain?
I'll say it cancels out his spell advantage, his spell resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna bind and blast him, and yeah, it'll cancel out his because you're doing it through his mind helm, his mind linked helm, even though you're not attuned to it. It will cancel out his normal magic resistance, so it'll be a normal roll. Intelligence. Okay, well, let's see. Okay.
He fails.
He does fail, and so you will get
double fail.
the full damage.
That's not. That could be a bit worse.
And he's incapacitated.
He is incapacitated for a turn. Until the start of Helios' next turn. Okay. So yeah, you do manage to like just kind of, you're like, okay, well, I can't really use most of the features of this thing, but and he goes like kind of reels and is a little bit stunned for a second.
Sweet. That's all I can do.
Okay.
I'm out of all my bonus action shit, so I'm just gonna sit here and be like, that worked.
Okay. Sounds good. That actually it brings us to his turn. Incapacitated makes it so you can't take actions or reactions. That's it. It doesn't actually have any other effect. So he could technically move, but he doesn't want to. He's fine. He's just gonna sit there. Talvo, your turn.
So, I was just looking through my inventory here. You know what I still have on me?
What?
An arrow of fiend slaying.
Shit. I like to think that Talvo probably remembers in the middle, like right at this moment. He's like, "Oh wait, oh shit."
Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Looking through the bag, finds it with like a label on it, be like, "Oh."
For fiend use only.
Does it do anything to my attack roll?
Let me check. I don't believe so. Let me look. Nope, it just has extra damage if you hit, but you still have to hit. So that is definitely a hit. And so roll your normal damage first. You don't get sneak attack because it's a ranged attack. Because you have to be in melee, right? It has to be with a finesse weapon. So yeah. You get your normal damage, and then...
The attack must use a finesse or a ranged weapon.
Oh.
Yes, I've done
you're
sneak
right.
attack with this before.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and you have allies, so yeah, you're good. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's just that you can't do it. Yeah. You have to have allies in this case, or advantage. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So 40 damage with a sneak attack is a huge hit, and then the arrow slaying takes effect. It's actually like you hit a nice like weak spot, like right in his neck, and that's where all that damage comes from. You have a sharp shot, and it goes thunk, and he starts to like claw it out like he's like just grunting in pain. But it's not like a huge blow, and then all of a sudden, boom! It literally explodes in the side of his neck, being activated with its magic power. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 17 this is set for all arrows of slaying. DC 17 con saving throw, and then he'll take an extra 6d10 piercing damage, or half on a success. So first, let's see, yeah, DC 17 con. He does succeed, but the 60-10 still not bad. Another 19 from that. And yeah, and that is a big hit. He's like grunting and really mad now. And he was already visibly wounded before. He is pretty hurt now, honestly. And you start to see a little bit of like panicked rage set in his eyes.
And then I'm going to hide.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Okay. Next up is going to be these dudes here, who still aren't under any direct danger. They're going to be like, look, kill her! And they're going to shoot at Bree. Sorry, Bree.
They don't care that we just dropped their leader?
They do care, but they are not going to instantly run because of it. They seem... Actually, to be fair, Gela, they didn't even really know. They only worked with Egra. And Gela and
Egra's
Egra...
fine. She's inside. They don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
So they're going to shoot at Bree. Okay. Is that 3 hits, including the crit? I'm assuming the 22 and 25 hit, right?
17 times.
Oh yeah, does the
right?
17 hit? Oh, you're muted.
muted.
Mine is 19.
Okay, so then only 3 hits. But one of them is a crit.
Yeah.
Okay, still a good chunk of damage from them as it goes, 19... 34 damage. 34 damage to Bree. And no temp HP left, so it's just, oof! Bree's now visibly wounded as well. And yeah, these archers, they take so many shots that they can be a threat. And you do need to make a con saving throw. Actually, 3 con saving throws for your few owls that are left. Okay. Okay. Hey, yeah, the owls are still here. Man, they've survived through thick and thin here. That is those guys. They will back up a little more as they're shooting because they start to realize they might need to run, but they aren't fully running yet. Alright, the owls. These owls are going to make it back this turn. They're not going to really be able to fly in anymore, but they are back here at the edge of the screen. And next time, if it gets around to them again, then they can help out. And then this one. What do you want this one to do?
Could it fit in the room with Zilks? I guess it...
It can fly around. You can tell to go in and around.
May want to just make them go
Yeah.
bug the archers or something. I don't know.
Nice. No, I think I want him to attack Zilks.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
this corner here.
Yeah. Well, it would be that it will get like over in here. Really, it would go all the way around. Like,
Yeah.
and it would make it up to here. Let's see here. Next to Adau. And you can attack at him, yeah. Feel free to roll that attack. Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. But it tries. It's like, Car, I'm helping Car! Alright.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah. And that brings us to Adau. What are you going to do, Adau?
I want to do a thing. So I want to see if I can climb up on Zilks' back. That's the first thing.
Okay, that would take your action, and it would be a grapple check, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say.
Well, then I guess. Or wait.
I'll say you have advantage because he's incapacitated, even though technically it doesn't affect that.
Well, he has no reaction.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't react.
Yeah, what was it again? It was athletics?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. You have advantage,
I'm doing it again. Oh, okay, well,
so...
never mind.
But...
15, I guess.
Yeah, no, he literally, even being like kind of half dazed, incapacitated, he basically just takes an elbow and goes BAM! Knocks you off.
It's not possible for me to even beat that. Okay. Well, never mind.
I did take their action. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bree.
Spiritual weapon attack or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. The spiritual weapon can make an attack.
I fucked up the whole screen region for a sec. There you go. We're good.
So,
No, yeah. This is a map taken from someone's Patreon. Well, it's not from there. They posted it on like Reddit saying anyone could use it, but there's the credit. Afternoon maps. It is a good map.
It's afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so the oh yeah, so the spiritual weapon attack, yeah. Yeah, and it hit, so 8 more damage, nice. Okay, is that it for that was it for now. We're on to Bree, right? Yeah. What is Bree gonna do?
I'll probably... Could I do light on him?
What do you mean, like?
Light.
Like the attack I just did on.
Oh, blight. Yeah. You could. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to move a little closer, but then you can do it. Mm-hmm.
Standing on Gello's dead body.
Yeah, if you go over here, you can like peek in the doorway and go.
Jawing around.
He's smart, right?
Yeah, but even so, he takes half damage, and that's a lot of damage. And we burned him pretty good.
Well, I meant because I'm considering another thing, but that needs a wisdom saving throw.
I mean, you would know that in general, fiends, their best saving throw is charisma, but their bigger ones like him are going to be pretty good in every category.
Oh yeah, then I'll just go for light then.
Okay. You go over and blight him. I will say, well, I didn't tell you this before, but Con is actually his best one. But, yeah, he will succeed on that one. But still, roll your damage, your 8d8, and he'll take half.
Just roll a 64.
Okay. Still not bad, though. And, he's already pretty fucking weak, so... Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't realize you went stood up right next to him. Interesting move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He could theoretically kill all 3 of us this coming turn, I think.
Yep.
We'll die together.
Alright, sounds good. That's it then?
Yeah.
Alright. The elephant, do you want him to come further in here?
Oh yeah, I guess he still can't join the fight, so I guess...
Yeah, not
just
really.
move as far as he
just
can.
trample up.
You can basically go up to there and get safer in the building. But the building is also like looking like it's gonna collapse, so...
Yeah.
Alright. Helios, it's your turn, and since it's the start of your turn, he is no longer incapacitated.
See, that's funny, because I'm actually going to do the same thing. Upcast to 6th level.
Oh, shit. Okay.
996?
Mm-hmm. And I'll say the same thing applies where he's gonna not have advantage or...
Yeah, so they'd be like, damn, that worked. I'm going to say that like to him.
Yeah, and he's just shaking it off. He's like, I will silence you before you can do it again. And then you just go...
heard this before. Run it back.
No, he failed it again!
You.
Does he
And...
not have any legendary anything?
Shut the hell up. No,
Who's fucking team are you on?
If he has anything.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Like
play it
he's
because,
going
He-
to die. So
No, I don't actually. Maybe I changed that from normal. No, they don't. They. So I based him. He's a slightly.
Layer action.
He's a slightly different version of a pit fiend. That's what I based him off of. And pit fiends are very high level fiends, but they actually don't have legendary resistances. Yeah, no, they're not quite. They don't have legendary actions either by default. They're just like right below that power level. So, and that's the thing is, even though he is like, he calls himself an archdevil, which is like supposed to be like, you know, like top tier of devil, but really, I think you guys may have even heard this from someone. Really, he's kind of like just a normal top tier devil, but in this part of the world, since there's no other devils around, he is the top devil, right? So it's kind of like, you know, he's like an A-list boxer that's calling himself the S-tier king of all boxers in an arena, in a ring, but that's because there's no one else to challenge him. So he's not actually, you know, the most powerful fiend you're ever going to find if you were to reach, you know, hell. And guess what? Hell is where he is going, or at least his soul's going to try to go. Because as he lunges forward, he says, I'll kill you before you can even utter another word. And he just lunges forward at Helios.
Soda!
Yeah. And Helios just does the bited blast, like, whoa, right into Zilx's fucking face as they're head on. And this proximity of your minds amplifies it. And you swear, Helios, that you hear like a rupturing sound, like his blood vessels in his brain literally bursting. Like a... And then he just...
The last thing you hear is soda.
Yeah. And he goes... And he's still clawing at you. But he is dying.
Like, something about what you said earlier.
Yeah.
You know,
and he just collapses. Boom! Dead.
I would like to immediately start attuning to the helmet now.
It takes a whole hour, so and you can't be like doing other stuff. So yeah, regardless, that will end this combat because these other dudes at this point they're gonna like turn and run.
Go.
They're just gonna turn and run and get out of there.
I've ended. I can't remember.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. By the way, Zilx is dead. Finally, the loose ends have been tied up. That's why I titled this episode "Loose Ends" because, and
loose ends if you name it Zilx or Gela, am I right?
Yeah, and they met their end more like. But yeah, no, there's the body of two arch-fae, or well, maybe not arch-fae, but like powerful fae, and a devil, a pit fiend. Just lying here. His body would actually start to disintegrate. It would leave like the little armor shackles and stuff behind, but you already have the main prize from him, which is his big mace that you have back at your castle somewhere, and then also the helm. So he didn't really have anything else on him special. And at this point, the roof starts to collapse. No, but you have time. You have time to get out of there. If he had lived another turn, he was going to cast a fireball on himself because he's immune, and it would have just engulfed everyone in flames, and that would have been fun, and then it would have collapsed the roof too. But he didn't live that long, so so you guys can kind of like drag Egra's body out of there, and like you're not gonna grab the stuff that was on his body that dropped, and just run outside, and the building will collapse. But you guys are relatively safe.
What about the elephant?
Yeah, the elephant makes it out too. Yeah, you guys all make it outside.
Cool.
And as you guys are taking a few seconds to like chill here, you're kind of just like chilling out here in the street. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like there was multiple explosions, like one in the air, one from the building, and then
the wall.
Yeah, the wall, you see like soldiers already starting to rush in the area to like assess the damage, like soldiers up on top of the wall. The thing is, if it turns into a prolonged siege, it's fucked because of the hole there. Because of all the rubble in the way, it's not like you can just instantly run in. But if it comes to a prolonged siege, there's no way they can patch it up in time. Speaking of which,
10 minutes.
yeah. Speaking of which, the dragon elf fleet is no longer being propelled magically up the river, but is now finishing. You hear you literally can hear war drums being beaten to keep the oarmen, the slaves in rhythm, and they are charging up, or scooting up the river towards where they're going to make landfall near the city.
Hey, do you guys mind if I go concentrate for like an hour?
Might not be a good time.
But that's not all. Because as you guys start to look at that way, okay, we got something else to deal with now, you gotta figure out what's going on, you start to hear some more screams from inside the city. Lots of screams, shouts and gasps. And you look up at the sky, and you see why. The storm that was here the previous days, that was mostly dispersed. There were still been clouds up in the sky, and a particularly low-hanging cloud is starting to unform as a cloud is wisping away to reveal a giant flying castle that dwarfs the size of your guys' flying castle, at least 3 times as big. On a massive floating island that is the size of a small city, a small town, or a large town. As a massive citadel, a flying citadel, hovers and is descending towards the city. And standing on top of the walls, on top of the gatehouse of this flying citadel, you see a 16, 17 foot tall giant, or half giant, or greater giant, whatever they call themselves, with a helmet on, full plate armor on, and a massive greatsword upright at its side. And ogres, warriors, berserkers, wolves, and even a few frost giants and hill giants lining the walls of this citadel as it descends.
Hey, I have a teleport circle spell left.
Bro, we have God Emperor Korbach is gonna be here soon.
And
these guys, Dragon Elves, the Racists, and Korbach. Oh boy.
And
Murder, blender.
yeah, another faction has arrived to the Murder Blender. I think that's where we'll wrap up tonight's session with the arrival of a different faction. And the last thing I'll say is that this it's too far to really for this giant to see you guys directly, but you can tell his stare is locked on where you guys are. He knows that explosion had to do with you guys, and you can almost sense the hatred in this giant's heart. He can't
see us. He can't see. Don't worry.
And
Hide.
we'll see what happens next as you're about to meet the giant Gorm, the greater giant.
Gorm.
Hey, it doesn't look like right from here.
We've heard that name. Tell me where we heard that name out of character, please. I would like
the
to
name of the Twitter
Fine
AI
sauce
bot.
for me.
That's Grok.
Rock.
It was in the little short story thing I wrote related to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The lore.
Mm-hmm. Which was hinting at this, by the way. And yeah, actually, Duncan, you would recognize him.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I saw him in the crystal ball.
When you touched the crystal ball, when it was still linked to this whoever cast the storm, one of the ends of it was linked to a room that had this guy in it.
That's why they're called storm giants.
Yeah, well, he's not a storm giant, but but I mean, they could be allied to one,
He's worse.
Yeah, well, you got to find out how bad he is. But Yeah, next time we'll see how you deal with this multi-angle attack. And yeah, I think that's about it. Are any of you guys going to be streaming after this?
Nope.
Okay.
Unlikely.
I will probably not be either, because I'm still trying to let my voice recover, you know. And I do have to actually go to campus tomorrow, so take care of some stuff. So yeah, we'll be back. I don't have anything going on until January, so after this week, so I'll be good.
I should be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
All right.
Yeah, next week semester is over for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be celebrating.
Yeah, next week I'll be 24th. No, but that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
Sunday.
17th.
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see everyone later. I'm gonna host. I'll host someone up. Oh, you know what? We'll host up Crazy Tone Dog. Is he still going?
Still
with
going.
Still going.
Yeah.
Hours.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, I was when I saw that he was doing UEGM, I was like, oh god. Because without having played that pack before, okay, yeah, we gotta host up Crazy Tone Dog. Keeping it real over there, and we'll see everyone later. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, that's crazy.